Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited. I wasn't planning on filming today, and then I was looking for crochet inspo just in general, and I saw this top that I absolutely had to crochet today. So basically it is the equivalent of like this top, but imagine it like with buttons along the sides instead of like being all the way around. And I did see Anna from like Crochet by Ag do this on Instagram, and then I also saw a few other times of it on Pinterest, but all of them had like varying lengths and stuff. I think I am going to go pretty similar to the length of the tank top that I just showed you because that's kind of like the vibe I want to go for, but I'm super excited. I will say I'm a little bit limited on yarn, not because I don't have enough yarn, I just don't really have colors that like perfectly go together. So I have this yarn and this yarn and this yarn that are all like purpley tones obviously, but I don't necessarily feel like they all go together. So I think what I'm gonna do is, even though I have like the most of this one, I am hesitant to have that for this top just because I'm like not sure how it's gonna look yet. And I also, part of me just wants to do like one button on the side because I have only 4 buttons. So if I do one button on each side, then I can make a second of this top, maybe all this color, but first I want to do a solid one. I do also have this orange yarn, but obviously this is really not that much. And then, did I already show this one? I don't remember. But yeah, otherwise I have just like scrap yarn. So what that shows me is I need to go buy some more yarn. But yeah, I think I'll be fine with that, with this purple one, hopefully, although I'm noticing it's getting a little thin in one spot for some reason. It's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, I think I just want to get crocheting, and yeah, I think I'm literally just gonna crochet the whole thing like right now because I really want to have it and I'm really excited about it and I just want to like make it really quickly. But I might stop at some point and just like take a shower, eat a snack, and then come back or something like that. But for right now, I just want to get started. So if you've seen my recent videos, I don't know when this is going to come out, but if you've seen my recent videos, I don't have my normal tripod, so we're going to be making do with the filming of this, but I will at some point probably like move to my bed or something, and then you can like see me crocheting a little bit better. But yeah, this is the vibe for now, and yeah, I'm so excited. As usual, I've got my trusty 4.25 millimeter hook. Jeez, I did not mean to throw it. My trusty 4.25 millimeter hook, and then my only really extra thing other than my like darn needle scissors is my button, or my buttons, but I also probably won't leave my ends on this because I'm just like film lazy. But one thing I did think though is that I'm like, if I wanted to do 2 buttons on both sides of this, then I could just make another top like this where it ties on the side. I'm kind of fine with either because I did make a flower vest recently that ties on the side and I love how it looks. So I'm like, I don't even necessarily need to do buttons, but I like the idea of having buttons because like for some reason just like having it flat against you with like the button holding it there rather than like having these extra ties that are like getting in the way is kind of like a more satisfying feeling to me. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, let's get crocheting. Also, I did notice one difference from what I'm gonna do is I want to do a straight across neckline, not a curved one like this, just because I like the look of that better for like crocheted. But yeah, that's pretty much the only difference. I think I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up because I'm pretty sure that'll make it so simple because I'll just like decrease on the sides. But yeah, I'm going to look at Anna's again because I liked it honestly better than the one I saw on Pinterest. But yeah, I don't know, I think I totally can do it. Yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, if you want to see, these are the vibes. You can barely see it, but whatever. If you want to see the actual video, go look at her Instagram because It's really cute, and she always posts really cute stuff. But yeah, let's get started. I'm just gonna have to crochet the whole time, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just gonna foundation half to crochet, and then I will come back to you because this row always takes me forever. Oh, also, if you see my thumb that's all red like that, it's literally what's supposed to be washable paint, but it didn't come off, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna like scrub at it tonight because it's kind of bothering me. But if you notice this like in the background, it's just paint, thankfully. Okay, I just finished my foundation row. My only thing is I'm not sure like where to start decreasing almost, because I kind of feel like it's already kind of wide here, but if I keep increasing, it's gonna make like a weird shape to it, I feel like. So I don't know, this is a little bit of trial and error, which is fine, but yeah, we're just gonna be working on these half double crochets and seeing where to go, because while I've made stuff like a similar shape to this, it's never been like 2 panels, so it doesn't really matter, or like it hasn't really mattered if it goes around to the back, but for this it matters because it has to be on the side, so we shall see. Okay, please excuse my setup in order to have my mic close to me. I am really working around not having a mic arm, but I just wanted to like there's a factory knot there, but I might just ignore it and hope that it works because I'm too lazy to fix it. But yeah, I think this is gonna be like a pretty simple project if it works out the way I want it to. I do think if I get to the end and it's like kind of not working out very well, then I will just do ties, because I think that like I will easily be able to make it work if I have ties, because I could just like make it way tighter. But yeah, I will say I also like I never actually learned how to attach buttons to crochet, so like I kind of just like have my own way of doing it, which I don't know if is necessarily the best way to, which is kind of crazy to say, but I do think like being self-taught, like there are certain things that I just like don't know. I also kind of think that like for a project like this, like I want it to have buttons, but I don't have a preference between like the buttons or doing the ties, because like I think either of them will look good. So yeah, but I do think though that like if I do another one, I probably will buy more yarn before I do, because I just think like if I need to do the buttons, I don't think that my color of buttons that I have will look that good with the like purple and white yarn blend that I have. So that's how it's going. Anyway, I'm gonna lock in and crochet, and I will be back when I have some progress made, because hopefully this won't take too long. Like, oops, I just messed up. I was about to say I don't think this is gonna take that long, but then I'm messing up, but whatever. I will say my hands are already hurting, so that's kind of making it look a little bit bleak whether we're gonna do all of it in one day, but I think I want to make that happen. I will just fight through the pain a little bit, and yeah. I am 15 rows in, and I think I'm gonna start decreasing, because since I'm making it so cropped, like I think I just need to do those decreases sooner than I normally would. And I don't really mind if the top part is like pretty wide, so I'm just gonna check like how wide it is right now to see how many stitches I want to take off of both sides. Honestly, the issue is like it kind of looks good like that, but you have to think it's gonna be stretched, so that's probably like this much, which is like 12 stitches pretty much, so that is kind of perfect because I don't think I'm gonna have to do that many more rows of decreases. So I'm gonna do like 2 decreases on both sides for these rows, and then I think it'll be fine. But I can always, like, when I stitch it closed to the other panel, I can always like stitch it further over if I want a bigger space, so I think that's gonna work fine. So starting those decreases, I'm just literally gonna do 2 half double crochet decreases at the beginning and 2 at the end, and I think that'll be fine. But yeah, this is just like such a simple panel, which I love because it means I don't have to like think too hard while doing it. I was like zoning out. But yeah, I'm just gonna work on those decreases and then I will be back. And then I'm probably gonna take a break and come back to do my second panel. And I also don't think I'm gonna be able to do the rest of it with this yarn because this is like literally barely anything. So I'm gonna have to decide what I want to do for the back, because I do technically have black yarn, but I don't really want purple black. So I'll think about it, but for now I'm gonna work on this panel and finish it up, and then we will have to return and do the second panel, and then we're done. I knew this was gonna be fast, but this is like so fast. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I just finished the first panel, and so now I'm going to move on to the next panel. And I did my foundation row. For some reason, it looks like way smaller, even though it's the same hook, same number of stitches. I've counted like 3 times on each of them to be like, this is the same number, right? And it is. So hopefully it doesn't turn out crazy based on that, but I don't know what I could possibly be doing different. Like maybe my tension's different because it's a little bit different of yarn, but it's like the only difference really is that it's like a tiny bit softer. Like it's not that big of a difference. So I don't really know why it would be so different, but whatever. I'm just gonna keep crocheting. Like this does not look like 42 stitches, but I've counted it so many times. But like when I lay them next to each other, they're not even. So why? I don't know. I will figure that out and I'll keep crocheting. It is almost like 10 and that's not that late, but I have to be ready at 8 tomorrow, so I think I might come back another day, but we will see. Because I wanted to finish this tonight, but I'm just getting tired. So yeah, let's get back to crocheting. Hello you guys, it's another day and it's time for a progress update. It's literally just the next day, not even 24 hours later, but I didn't end up finishing last night, clearly. This morning I finished my second panel though, so now I have this. It is still like weirdly slightly smaller, which I don't know if it's literally just the difference because like this is a different type of acrylic yarn for the second panel than for the first panel, so maybe it's literally just like a different brand makes it work out differently. But I was like so confused, and I actually added a last extra row because I was so concerned about it like not fitting right. So yeah, this is what we have right now. I think I'm gonna stitch the like little shoulder parts together, and then I'm gonna add my buttons and then we're done. So we're like so close to being done. I'm really excited. I'm a little disappointed about the color situation, because again, I didn't really want to have to do that, but it's fine. I can just buy more yarn and make another one of these, and this can be my like practice one to like figure out the vibes. And then even like I was saying like, oh, I can just do a tie for the next one, and then I was like, wait, why didn't I just buy more buttons? Like, I'm pretty sure the buttons, oh wait, I didn't bring them over here, but I'm pretty sure the buttons I got are literally 10 cents for like 5 buttons. So like it's so worth it to buy more buttons. Like, it's really not that big a deal. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stitch these together. The only thing though is that like since obviously I had to decrease for my kind of like shoulder area, that means that the neck isn't as wide as it originally was. So I'm not sure how far over I want to do for the sleeves, because normally like for a top like this, I feel like you go like all the way across and then like it's open for the middle, and then you do all the way across on the other side. But because I feel like it starts like here, I'm only gonna be able to do like a little bit, and I also want to be able to fit over my head, so we will see. But yeah, we're almost done and I'm so excited, and I love how quick and easy this was, because like again, I'm freehanding it, hasn't been 24 hours. I literally spent like, I don't know, 2 hours on it yesterday, and then this morning I was crocheting during class, but it was a Zoom class, so you can't be mad at me for that. And now I'm just gonna finish it up now because I'm home for the rest of the day. Anyway, let me grab my buttons because I don't know why I didn't bring them over here, and then we will start stitching it together. Okay, so I'm gonna start stitching it together. I think I'm just literally gonna go like maybe 3 stitches over. I really don't think I need to go that far over, otherwise it's gonna not fit that well. But again, trial and error. This is my first one, so I don't really care if I need to be like redoing stuff the next time I make it. But I'm just gonna go my classic outside loops with my single crochets. One thing about this yarn, even though it's like softer than most acrylic yarn, it like the individual pieces of it like break apart so often, which is so irritating. So I don't know if I necessarily recommend it. Then for the last one, I normally do a slip stitch, and then I'm just gonna leave a lot of extra space because I have enough yarn to, and I want to be able to adjust it if I don't like how far over it is right now. Obviously that's way more yarn than I even need, but I don't care. I'd rather be careful and safe than sorry. Anyway, let's do this side. We're just gonna tie it on. And then I guess technically I have to do one less because I'm like starting one further over. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but I won't cut it off yet on this side, just to make it easier so I don't have as much scrap yarn. Okay, I'm going to throw it on and see how it's looking, and I'll show you that. Okay, so this is how it's looking. Obviously nothing's attached, so it's kind of like a little bit haphazard. Sorry, you can like barely see the back, but it's identical to how the front looks. I do think I want to go a little bit further over for the neck. Obviously I want it to be able to fit over my head, but I just feel like right now I don't like how like gappy it looks almost with like not being attached that far over. I don't know, that just probably doesn't make any sense. I think I'll probably just go like 2 stitches further on both sides so that I'm not like going crazy, because that would be like right here. I think that'll be fine. I don't know. And then I checked like where the buttons would go like on the side, and I think it should work great. The only thing is, again, like I'm not very good at attaching buttons, so we'll see how that works. I do think I could probably grab a different needle that I have, and then I could actually stitch it on, because I don't know how I normally do it. I like literally can't remember, but I feel like that'll probably make more sense. But anyway, I'm gonna add those couple of stitches and then I'll come back to you for the buttons. Okay, so I just accidentally closed up my extra bits up here and put my first button on without recording, which maybe is a good thing, because this first button took me like forever to do, because again, I don't really know how to do buttons. So don't like follow my methods here. because I seriously don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not like being dramatic when I say that. I like literally do not know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna take some of this extra end from this one because obviously I don't need that much. And then yeah, okay, I kind of can't remember what I said like that was recording that and what wasn't, but I was mentioning though that this yarn like splits a ton, so it is kind of harder to like thread my darning needle because like it's trying to split. Like you can kind of see right there it's splitting, but I do want all the buttons to be on the same like panel, so I kind of just have to make do with that. Yeah, so anyway, my methods are crazy. Please forgive me and don't judge because I don't know what I'm doing. And if it works, it works is kind of my like motto here, because I don't really care if it like is perfect. I just want it to work. So yeah. Okay, so with that first one, I literally just like threaded it through a couple times and then tied it, and then like kind of weaved in my end a tiny bit just to like make the tie go further out. I don't really know like if this is what other people do normally, but it works, so that's kind of just like what I'm doing. But yeah, I was also thinking that like if I had a lower weight yarn, it would probably work a little bit easier, because like then it's like more fitting to this needle. But the only thing is that the reason I can't use my darning needle is the holes for the buttons are too small, so like my darning needle can't even fit through there. So yeah, but anyway, I am just gonna work on these buttons and this painful process of threading my darning needle. But yeah, we're already basically done. Like I just have to add 2 buttons and then we're completely done, which is awesome. We are basically done. I have my buttons on both sides and the top is stitched closed. So I'm gonna put it on, see how it's looking, and yeah, but I'm so excited. Like seriously, this was such an easy project and I'm obsessed. And I also want to make another one again with that lower weight yarn, because I think it would look so cool having the stitches like just like smaller. And I don't think with single crochets it's going to make that much of a difference, but I think switching to a smaller weight would definitely make the amount of difference that I'm thinking of. And I'm probably going to go for like a heather gray type of vibe for my next one if I make another one, which I think I'm going to. But yeah, let's go try it on. I'm so excited. Hey, drum roll please. And this is how we're looking. We are so crooked. Oh my goodness. This is how we're looking. It is so cute. I think I definitely want to make another one with the buttons as well, but I might, do different weight. I might not, but I might do different weight. I also kind of think I want to go longer, because I do want this one with the shorter like cropped length, but I think for the next one, if I do that gray color, it would look so good doing the full length. And I also need to figure out my button situation, because right now it's like so gappy on the side. I think it's just because it's so many stitches or rows between the buttons, but it is so cute. I love that it's reversible, and yeah, this is a success. I do also technically have it on inside out right now because my seams are on the outside right now, but I realized that after I'd already done some buttons and I was like, I'm too lazy to redo it. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna go and get the yarn and stuff for a second one of these another day, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing this first one, and then I will come back to you another day to make my next one. See you later. So this is how it looks. below. And wait, is it recording? Yeah. Did I just hit it? No. If I can get this through here, Plague. Thank you.